Death Valley Super Bloom, I see a lot of yellow. Death Valley arriving in just past the sign, and lots and lots of color. Turn off to Dante's Peak, and now we're descending into the valley. Cool times. This is beautiful. Great time of year. Temperatures 82 degrees and climbing. It'll probably hit 100 when we get down to Badwater. It's supposed to today, but we're still early in the morning. Down, I love coming from the Nevada side. You gain, the 392 is getting 18.2, and then we went into 4-cylinder mode. It's a nice downhill grade right into the Valley of Death. And we got tourists, maybe pulling off, maybe not. We blaze on through. Lots of color here in Death Valley today. It's nice, really nice. The springtime is such a great time. Shoulder seasons are the best here. We're entering Death Valley from the Panamint side, and the first stop is Zabriske Point. This is a very unique rock formation. The Badlands of Zabriske Point. Very well established paved trail. Only a couple hundred meters up to the viewpoint there, and then you got a great view of the Badlands. There's several good hikes around here in Golden Canyon, and if you want to do that, this is a great place to start and choose. Navigating counterclockwise is a little easier, but this whole area is well developed and nobody ever gets lost here. And it's a nice hike up to a very nice view of the Badlands. And in just 100 meters, you have an absolutely panoramic view. Look at the layers of rock being thrust up from the geologics. Here we have the lowest place in America, and 75 miles away, the highest place. That's plate tectonics in action. It's a great view of the Badlands, all the strata, rock being thrust up by geologics on the Pacific plate tectonics. Nice colors. A lot of these will turn to mud when it rains. Look at that wash. These are really well developed here. Here's Golden Canyon Trail, headed off into the distance. Trails are superbly developed here. They're well marked, go right off into the distance. On our way to Badwater Basin is here. We're going to go over just to see Lake Manley. We can see the salt flats reforming after the water recedes. Pretty cool. Death Valley, Badwater Basin bloom. You can see the purple and yellow are coming out. Manley Lake is beyond, and Telescope Peak still has snow on it. Manley Lake is now resalinating, and you can see the white crystals of salt forming on the lake out there. Right now we have fields of yellow with a little purple still lingering in them. Coming into Badwater Basin, temperature is now at 94 degrees. Boy, it jumped 30 degrees since Panamint. Salt flats are all emerging. There's a green layer of algae out there too. This is pretty cool. And there's Badwater Basin in that cut-in with the rock fall at the base of the hill. The great tourist attractions is 282 feet up on that wall is a white plaque that says sea level. So right now we physically are below sea level, and you can see it right in the middle of the panel. I guess with the wide angle lens it makes it difficult, but we are at Badwater Basin, lowest point in the US, and it is pushing 95 degrees out. Badwater Basin has turned light green. This is probably an algae from the salt. And the brine, the lake is still out there. It's no longer shimmering and reflective. It's now resalinating, and we're going to have new dried salt crystals soon. It's kind of squishy like salt. Walking on it, it shifts underneath you. Here are raw crystals that have been unwalked on, preserved. If you were, you risk the scrapes and cuts that can come onto your ankles on those. So keep in mind, these crystals are actually quite sharp. Makes it difficult hiking in them. I wouldn't want to. There is the marker for sea level. Halfway up, you can see that water is seeping out of this fissure in the lowest point, and that's how come it's present here. And as you see, someone's dug a little hole right here, and all it takes is a couple inches down and there's water flowing out. Super bright out here. It's like snow. You need your SPF 50 and strong sunglasses. The water seeps out of the ground at the fissure of the plate tectonics. It gathers right here to form Manley Lake. Entering Panamint Valley from Death Valley, and they were right. I can see the bloom is a lot more prevalent here. The whole fields of yellow are coming up. As we viewed here is very colorful bands. I hope it is coming through on the camera as much as I see it here. This is absolutely beautiful. All right, we've seen the yellow flower patch come up on us here, and beyond it is Panamint Springs. Panamint Springs Resort, a nice oasis in Panamint Valley, just west of Death Valley. Gas is $6.13 a gallon for premium, which is an absolute steal here. It was over $7 at Furnace Creek.